All the cells had a small window on the exterior wall. If I could somehow get through that wall, I would be outside. Then I could drop down to a lower section and run to a steep tin roof. From there, I would drop 15 or 20 feet into an alley that ran along beside the jail. The materials that they gave us, mixing toothpaste and talcum powder, was a good place to start.
You got any mint-flavored toothpaste?
No, we got what we got.
I don't claim to be a genius, but I do think I'm smarter than a lot of people in the jail with me. Maybe I just put more thought into things than a lot of them would. Most people you deal with in jail don't seem to think too much before acting. I finally got the right texture. But it wouldn't dry. And it was definitely the wrong color. I was stumped.
Okay.
Wow. Can't have me too. No.
One day I was watching the other inmates play cards, using Jolly Ranchers as chips. And then I hit on it. If I could get enough blue and green candies, I could melt them together and maybe get a match for the color of the cell wall. I put the Jolly Ranchers and toothpaste in a baggie and ran hot water over it constantly. Then I kneaded it together to dissolve the Jolly Ranchers into the toothpaste. I started telling other inmates those were the only candies I liked, and I made deals with them to get me more. Now I had my mortar, I needed a tool, so I could begin to dig through the wall. The metal louver slats in the air vents were about 5 inches long, welded in place at both ends, and I couldn't do much more than bend them a little with my bare hands. So I used one of the hard plastic mugs that our milk was served in at breakfast. I was ready to start digging. I had no idea how long it was going to take. I just hoped I'd be finished before my trial.
Inspection.
I was scared that the deputy would inspect more closely and notice where I'd been digging. I didn't want to come that close to being caught ever again. I decided to start digging real soon after a head count, so that they weren't likely to come in again real soon. I could only afford to work for about half an hour, then hurry to fill it in. At this rate, I wasn't even sure if I'd be finished before my trial started in a couple of months. Because progress was so slow, I decided to stay behind when the other inmates went to recreation, so I could spend more time working on the wall.
You coming?
I pretended I was working on my case. Nobody questioned me normally. They gave me my space.
We never had an inmate since I was sheriff. There's never been an inmate since the facility was built that ever got out by digging through the walls.
Pretty soon after I started digging, I encountered a problem. There was some thick, heavy gauze wire mesh between the cinder blocks. I already had blisters and sore spots on my hand. And then I discovered that some of the holes that went through the center of the cinder blocks were poured solid with concrete. filled those areas back in and moved to the next block over.
Okay, so tell me what they put in here.
Sometimes the stress was almost unbearable. I was either going to get the death penalty, spend the rest of my life in prison, or escape and live in hiding for the rest of my life. I always tried to block it out, not think too much about it if possible, by trying to stay focused on my plan. I was finally making headway. But this gave me a new problem. My tool was too short. To dig deeper, I'd have to find a way to splice the slats together into a longer tool. I couldn't see anything that would do it in commissary, but I did pick up some other things I thought would come in handy. Then I took a look at the cleaning supplies. I noticed the brooms had steel tie wire wrapped around them where the straw bristles were attached to the wooden handle. I used the tie wire to splice some slats together, lapping over each other an inch or so. Then I bent one end into an L shape for a handle to make it easier on my hands. Now I had a tool that I could use like a drill, and the digging went much quicker after that. I realized I'd have to backfill the holes with something to keep from having to fill it entirely with my limited mix of toothpaste. So I made sticks of paper mache using toilet paper, wetting it, shaping it, and letting it dry. Finally, a month after I'd started, I dug enough to get the cinder block loose. I pulled it out. I could see a layer of red brick, and I knew that on the other side of that layer was freedom. But after the new paint job, some of the deputies became a lot more prickly about any specks of dirt on the walls. Deputy Miller was a new deputy. He seemed to be really picky and prissy about anything being dusty or dirty. One day he came around early.
Inspection.
And the little 1-inch wide hole I'd just made and patched in was still kind of wet and had a bit of dust from the mortar on it. The deputy noticed that little spot and touched it. He had no idea that right beside that 1-inch spot was a loose block, my digging and patching materials hidden inside.
Looks like someone's been digging here.
I don't know.
I was fighting to keep a straight face, not show the panic I was feeling. Months of work for nothing. I felt like my heart was pounding out of my chest, and I was about to hyperventilate.
It'd be good if you get someone to fix it. I don't want to get blamed for it.
I get maintenance to come in and take a look.
Star, I need her. Star, can't breathe. You fucking assholes. You fucking pieces of shit. I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. I need a fucking cigarette. I can't get access to my cash app. I need a fucking cigarette. I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. I need a fucking cigarette. I can't freaking access my Cash App. I need a fucking cigarette. I need fucking shit. They fucked my phone up, man. They fucking ruined it. They can't open it. They fucked my phone up. They